Hello and welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the TMP group. My name is Tom and today is January 18th. It's Tuesday, January 18th, 2022. We've got a good one for you today. Sometimes you luck into great videos that will change your life forever, and we do believe that this one is a game changer and a life changer. So we hope you stay tuned, hope you stay all the way through the end of the video because we've got some great stuff to talk about here today. I do want to jump in and let you know that we are not here to give financial advice. No member of the TMP group, including myself, is a financial advisor. This video is simply for educational and entertainment purposes, but I do stress the educational because we firmly believe that if you follow the instruction given in this video, it can be life-changing and it can help you reach your plan or your goal of financial independence and financial success within the stock market. If you plan to fail, you fail to plan. Or the saying goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Either way, the saying is right. You have to have a plan. You have to know what to get into. And millionaires do not happen by accident. So stick with us. I do think that you'll like what you have to hear. Title of this video, of course, the thumbnail are the 7 stocks to buy now and retire a millionaire in 10 years. I am going to refer to an investment calculator that I like to use. You can find it at investor.gov and just click on the calculators, the interest calculators, and you'll be able to follow along or do your own due diligence after. We always recommend you do your own due diligence and try to figure out whatever direction we're trying to point you in, see if it's the right direction for you. Okay, so first of all, to understand how the market is going to act, we have to look at how the market has reacted and then take into assumption that history doesn't always repeat itself, but it does rhyme. And we know that the market likes to trade on certain events. So what events do we have in the past 10, 15, 20, 30 years that have changed the market significantly? Well, the first one that I can remember and go back to is in the 90s was the dot-com bubble. The introduction of the World Wide Web at the time, we know now as the internet. Dot-coms were hot. The dot-com bubble burst. And the 90s, if we were in the market in the 90s, we got hurt by the dot-com bubble if we were invested in the wrong stocks. Then comes 2007, 2008. This hits home to me personally because I was in the mortgage business from 97 to 2007. And in late 2007, July, August, through 2008, we had the mortgage crisis. And then 2020 hit us all. And late 19, early 2020 hit us all with COVID-19. So these events definitely changed the market and the market reacted. After the 90s dot-com bubble, we did see a bounce back in the market. It took some time, but we saw a healthy gain in the market. After the 07-08 mortgage crisis, we saw a healthy bounce back once the mortgage crisis was settled. We firmly believe that the 2020 COVID crisis through 2022 will alleviate and we will see a strong bounce back. Look at COVID-19, Delta, Omicron. What happened? We had shutdowns. We had travel restrictions. We still do. We had shutdowns and reopenings. We had closings again, then reopenings. Masks on, masks off. CDC coming out telling us to do one thing and the next week telling us to do another. That led us to and we still are in a current labor shortage. We're still experiencing supply chain issues. We're experiencing a shortage in semiconductors and chips. Trillions of dollars were printed over the past 2.5 years. What's that doing now? It's causing inflation, and rates will go up. Ladies and gentlemen, all of these are temporary. I am going to show you 7 stocks that you can get into right now and invest in dollar cost averaging over the next 10 years and become a millionaire. All I ask is that you hit the like button so more people can see this video. This is a very important video. All of them are, but I feel that this one we should put at the top of the list, refer back to it, because we do need a plan for the financial success that we're looking at. So hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe if you already haven't subscribed, and share with your friends and family, because we do want to create generational wealth not only for ourselves, but for our loved ones and those around us. Okay, so we believe that the market has it wrong, that the rotation out of some of the growth stocks, specifically in the tech sector, that are getting pounded right now and getting beat up right now, will bounce back, and they'll bounce back the strongest. And they usually do. If you take a look at the 5 to 10 year chart on them, they always have. All will be fixed. Again, this is a temporary problem that we have, and all will be fixed. So try not to get hung up on the short-term mistakes that the market's making, and take a look at where the world will go in the next 10 years. Think about where we've been in the past 100 years. All the inventions, the innovation that it took 100 years to get to, in the past 10 years, we've 10 times that. We're going in light speed. We're going in warp speed, if you will. So where are we going to go in the next 10 years? That's what we want to look at. And I think that the next 10 years will be far more advanced, and will advance faster than we even think. So the 7 stocks I want to talk about that I believe and the TMP group is investing in more and more heavily, and that you can invest in to become a millionaire within the next 10 years. And I'll get down to that in a minute. But the first one is Apple. Trades under ticker symbol AAPL. The next one is Google, GOOG. And then we have Amazon, AMNZ. Facebook, of course, Meta, FB. Microsoft, MSFT. Nvidia, NVDA. And then number 7 is Tesla, TSLA. And what I want you to do is I want you to dig into these stocks. I want you to see what they've done over the past 10 years. You will find that they have averaged a 37% collective return over the past 10 years. There's been volatility, but an average over 10 years is 37%. Now, I threw Nvidia out and I threw Tesla out because their averages were over 1,000%. And I wanted to take the highs out, and I wanted to keep a somewhat conservative look and outlook. And moving forward, I want to take a look at the same thing. So why do we think Apple will be a leader in the next 10 years? The technology that Apple has, the cutting edge technology, the innovation. As we move forward, Apple will have its hands in everything. And we're seeing it right now with all the different products that Apple's coming out with the Medicare versus Medicare products that they have with the Apple, the watch. The Apple followers, if you would. The cult continues to buy into Apple. Apple is a lifestyle versus a brand. Has a great balance sheet, makes a ton of money, knocked on the door, hit 3 trillion, will knock back on the door 3 trillion and surpass that. Google, GOOG. There is not a bigger search or data company than Google. Google has it all. And wherever the next 10 years leads, Google will be there innovating and leading the way. Amazon. Think back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, how often you used Amazon. Now look this year, how often do you use Amazon? It's 10x'd in its usage. And nothing is bought or sold in this world unless it goes through Amazon. Facebook, FB, or AKA Meta. Obviously, Mark Zuckerberg changed the name of the company to Meta, indicating that he was all in the metaverse. And whether or not you believe it, the metaverse is real. It is Web 3.0, and it will be one of the major events in our lifetime. I'm not even sure. I'm 50 years old. I'm not even sure that I will live to see the full effects of the metaverse. But the metaverse is happening. Then you have Microsoft, MSFT. Microsoft is the business end of everything. Think about the cloud. Think about, Microsoft today just bought Activision, and it announced it's buying Activision, I believe for $95 a share, and it brought Activision up $18 a share. So congratulations to those of you in Activision today. Microsoft is in our Super 7 or the 7 stocks that will help us become millionaires. The last two, Nvidia. If you follow the channel, you know that I'm a huge Nvidia fan. It's probably my favorite stock of all time. Jensen Huang, amazing innovator, virtual reality, augmented reality. It's just everything that Nvidia does, and all of the innovations that Nvidia commits to making and where they're going in the future will just, it blows my mind. It's hard to keep up with, but the stock it trades very well and grows very well. And then Tesla, of course, Elon Musk, not to be denied, could go down as the greatest innovator of all times. In my opinion only. Tesla's far more than an EV company. It is a technology company. And for those of you worried that Tesla purely is based on the great mind of Elon Musk, I want you to think of Apple when Jobs was there and it got turned over to Cook, and look at what Apple's done. Okay, so let's look 10 years into the future. 10 years in the future. I'm 50 years old right now. How do I become a millionaire or multimillionaire in the next 10 years? Well, it's real easy. $50,000 invested into these 7 companies, spread it out equally, so you're putting roughly $7,150 into each company today. And the reason I say today is now is a good time because the market is very red. And so whether it's today, yesterday, you might already be in these. Secure your position to $50,000. It's not that hard if you're an investor in the market. $50,000 is a nice chunk of money, and if you have to build to there, I'll also show you how to do it for less. But conservative investor that is 55 years old, so 55, 5 years older than I am, 50,000 invested in these companies, and dedicate only $700 a month, so $100 dollar cost averaging into each of these stocks a month, which is about $175 a week, and do it for 10 years. Our portfolios will be $1,047,000 at an average return on these 7 companies of 30%. Now, the past 10 years, they returned 37%. We have to assume that they'll continue to do that. I believe that they'll exceed that, and I kicked out the 2 highest, Nvidia and Tesla. So I'm using 30%, and I feel conservative. Hold it for another 5 years and continue to do those same $700 a month, and the portfolio goes to 3.9 million. So 3,900,000. All right, what if I'm 30 years old and I don't have 50,000? So I'm going to put 10,000 into these 7 companies, and I'm going to dollar cost average in $500 a month or $125 a week. In 15 years, I'll have 1.5 million. Remember I referenced the investment calculator? So go ahead, find a good investment calculator, plug the number of years in, plug your investment amount initial, plug in a 30% return. That's what these 7 stocks will give you. Again, not financial advice, just education. How about if I'm 20 years old, right? And 10,000 is a stretch. I can do 5,000, right? We all should be able to put $5,000, bang it into the market right away, and do $200 a month. That's all I'm gonna do is $200 a month. I'm 20 years old, $5,000 investment. So I'm putting roughly $700 into each one of these stocks. And then I'm gonna do $200 a month, dollar cost average, fractional shares. If you do not have a portfolio that allows you to trade, or a platform allows you to trade fractional shares, there are 2 links down below, one to Webull, one to Robinhood. They allow you to trade in fractional shares. So go ahead and use those. But at 20 years old, if I put $5,000 and $200 a month, that's $50 a week. In 20 years, my portfolio will be worth $2.4 million. $2.4 million at 40 years old. Excuse me. Can we retire off of this amount of money? I bet we can. Will we retire? No. We'll keep grinding. Guys, I hope this really helps you. I hope it gives insight and it gives courage to invest in yourself, create that wealth chain, and just continue to believe in the positions that you have, because the market will reward patience, and the market takes from impatient people. Sure, there's moonshots out there. There's a lot of other stocks that maybe have a little more glitz or glamour at the time, but they are stock of the day, not stock of the decade. Stock of the decade, Apple, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. I wish you all success, and I wish you all prosperity. I hope you hit the like button. I hope you subscribe. I'll do this same video over and over for the next 10 years. And I hope you follow along the journey with me, and that you too can become a millionaire in the next 10 years. And I hope to see you on the next video.